Hey everyone, welcome back. So, deadline for today is in 25 minutes. So, I just want to quickly go over my chip strategy first of all. So, I used the wildcard in Matchday 4. Oh no, I didn't. I used it in Matchday 3. Ignore this graphic. But I plan to use the Limitless chip in Matchday 5. I used 2 free transfers last night with this in mind, and I'll get my old squad back in Matchday 6. Yeah, Merino captainer. You got me before I wanted to mention the FPL the captainer hippie. I wanted to save that for a bit and gloat, but you've said it now, so I might as well say yeah. Transferred in Marino, captained him, 32 points. Lovely stuff. I think DeMarco will start. I've seen Sky Italia. I've said that DeMarco will start. So this is my side, what my side currently looks like. And I'm thinking DeMarco Dumfries will start. My conundrum for my side is, do I take Kane out and put Rashford in? Which is a simple decision, obviously, which I'm not against. But I'm thinking, if I do that and then Dumfries and DeMarco don't play, then I won't get the auto sub of Burn. If I leave it and one of them don't play, Rashford comes in. But the worst case scenario is if all my players start, then Rashford might not come off my bench. So I'm thinking, I'm 50-50 on, do I sub out Kane and put Rashford in and hope that auto subs come in if one of my defenders don't play, or do I just take Kane out, put Rashford in, and hope that Dumfries, DeMarco play? Because if they don't play, I don't think Dan Burn or Yilmaz will get auto subbed into my side. Captain Osimhen or Dumfries. So this is the goals expected for today. You've gone Osimhen or Dumfries. Inter expected to get way more goals, but I would say if Inter score, you expect that Martinez will at least get one of them, maybe two if he starts. With Galatasaray, I'd expect if Galatasaray score, that Osimhen gets at least one of them. It's a hard decision. I'd probably sway in. Oh yeah, but if Dumfries starts, then he's probably got a clean sheet and potential of an attacking return. So I'm not against that Dumfries one. I've not really thought about captaincy after Marino did so well last night. I stopped thinking about it. I was like, okay, I'm locked in. So it depends what you think with Dumfries. Do you feel like he's going to start? If you feel like Dumfries is going to start, then I think Dumfries just favours it because he'll probably get a clean sheet and potential of an attacking return. So it could be on 12 points with that. With Osimhen, you expect him to get one goal, but you expect him to get two goals harder. And when he gets that, he just level with Dumfries-ish. And Inter are expected to get more goals. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Let me know what you think, guys, in the comments. What would you do, Captain Osimhen or Dumfries? But just going back to my side. So yeah, I'm not too sure on that. Let me know in the comment section what you'd do with this side. Would you bring Rashford in for Kane and make the transfer now before deadline? Or would you just leave it as this, and if one of these defenders, Dumfries, DeMarco, Kunde or Yamal don't start, then obviously he comes in for them and potentially Burn could come in. I think he'll start, but he might come off around the 60th minute. Yeah, I agree. Hopefully, for all our sake, that own Dumfries, that he comes off just after what is the threshold in UEFA Champions League? Clean sheet 60th minute, isn't it? So I hope so. I hope yeah, Captain Dumfries. Yeah, I think the fixture for Inter is one of them where you expect them to at least get two. Yamal or Rashford for captaincy. Yamal or Rashford. I put Rashford as my third choice just because I think he's more the goal scorer than Yamal is. And Rashford's one of them players that when he's in form, he just keeps scoring, 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 and he just seems to be really finding his confidence again to score goals. So I think I'd go with Rashford, but the thing with Yamal is he's a midfielder, so you get extra points if he does score. If Rafinha was fit, then I think I'd go Rafinha over both of them. But with this, I maybe go. I think I'd go Rashford. Like I said on this graphic, Dumfries as captain. Dumfries as captain. A lot of people are thinking about Dumfries as captain. Dumfries. Awesome. I like Dumfries as captain. I'm just that worried about him getting rested a little bit. I don't think he will get rested because at the weekend he didn't start and he only came on for the last 35 minutes. So you'd expect that was a bit of a rest. They'd play this game, but would he bring him off? Is Jamal playing? That's new to me. Let me know where you've seen that and I'll have a quick look. I'll have a quick look on Twitter and see if I can find it. Where have you seen that? Where have you seen that Jamal might not be starting? That might be pushing me in the direction of just not making any subs because if Jamal doesn't start, then obviously Rashford comes in for him, and if one of these defenders doesn't come in, then Burn comes in for them. I was thinking about potentially just making a transfer and bringing Kane into Rashford, but I don't think I'll get the auto subs for the other ones if they don't play. So I think I might just leave my squad as it is and not make a change, and then hopefully my bench just gets auto subs when these players don't come in. Quickly on my transfers, I sold out Enzo Fernandez and he's been benched. Today I did think he would get benched. I'm hoping Calahoglu does the same. McTominay has been a bit of a troll for me. I had him in Matchday 1 and 2, didn't do anything. Sold him in a Wildcard Matchday 3 and he got 2 goals. Bought him back in Matchday 4 and he didn't do anything. And then in the Limitless chip in Matchday 5, I'll probably keep him and he probably won't do anything. And then I'll probably sell him because I've got sick of him and then he'll probably start doing well. So, yeah, McTominay's been the troll for me this season. What I just want to quickly say is I've actually got some goalkeeper points for the first time since game week match day 2. The last 2 match days I've got 0 points of all 4 goalkeepers. So we've turned a corner and I've actually got some points. I'm just trying to find out anything on Yamal. Just looking on Twitter quickly. See if I can see. Yeah, I think I'm going to roll my I think I'm not going to make any transfers in my side now. Then, if there's a bit of doubt with Yamal and there's a bit of doubt with the defenders, but that means I'm not going to get Rashford potentially, which isn't the greatest, is it? Had a look at the Inter Milan starting 11. I'll try and show you where I've seen the starting 11 for Inter, and I think it will be something like this, and then just quickly just getting it up on screen. So this is the predicted lineup from Sky Sports Italia, and they're pretty reliable with this kind of stuff. I know it says possible, but I think it'll be something like this. So I don't know if Bastoni's going to be playing. Big call for Marino. It's only from you. I felt like with my side, there was too much of a risk that both of them wouldn't play. And from game week 6, after I used my Limitless chip into Milan's fixtures of Liverpool, Arsenal, and Dortmund, so I didn't really want Calahoglu moving forward after that. And with Enzo Fernandez, I just feel like this was the game where he'd rest him. And I knew Marino was starting with the lineup and Gokres were injured. I knew he'd be playing, so I felt it was a good one. And then as we got closer to the deadline, I thought, forget it, let's captain him, because if it didn't work out, I could have captained Haaland this game week, but he scored 2 goals, so I won't be changing my side. Just a quick one, because I have got Chelsea's lineup as well, so I'll just put that on screen. Forgot to add it. So Chelsea's lineup is Sanchez, James, Tosin, Hato, Cucurella, Andrea Santos, Lavia, Estavo, Pedro, Gittins, George. So if you've got players like Gusto, Chalobah, Enzo Fernandez, maybe look at who you got on your bench. Would I start Burn or Yilmaz instead of Enzo? Because of what I've just said, Enzo Fernandez is benched. Yeah, definitely. I'd probably go with Yilmaz just for the... No, would I? Burn's probably going to get a clean sheet against Athletic Club. Who've Galatasaray got? Galatasaray have got away against Ajax. Do I expect him to score? I think I'd go with Burn if I was doing one, just because I think Newcastle at home is a very good chance of a clean sheet. Newcastle this season, and being at St James's Park, they're just a solid side. So I'd probably go with a clean sheet. Would you sacrifice McTominay's 5 points, Alvarez's 6 points to start Yilmaz? To start Rashford, Yamal, Dumfries, Firmin, Haaland, or bench 2 and keep the 11 points? Ooh. This is where it's so hard in UEFA Champions League. I've benched a couple on 3 and 2 points and it's not worked out. You've got 11 points there, and what you're looking, I think I'd rather go for 3 that I fancy the most and bench the other 2, because I think one of them gets at least 2 points. I'm answering Red Simmers. I think would I want to bench Firmin after his hat trick? I think the worry that I have with Haaland is Man City have got Liverpool at home on the weekend, so I wouldn't be surprised if Haaland comes off early. I'm not saying don't captain him and he won't score, but I'm a little bit worried about 60th, 70th minute he'll come off, because he needs to just... We're getting to a busy period when I think he'll need to protect Haaland. I think I'd start Haaland first. Then I'd start Dumfries. And then I'd probably start Rashford. You spent 10 million on Yamal. I wouldn't bench him. I'd maybe bench McTominay and start Rashford, Yamal, Dumfries and Haaland and bench Firmin. Right, so we're at 35, so I'm going to go over to my side and lock in things. So this is my side. And the decision is, do I bench Kane and start Rashford and hope that DeMarco, Dumfries, Koundé and Yamal all start? Or do I leave it and if one of them don't start, Rashford comes in and Burn comes in? I'm not going to change my goalkeeper even though Sanchez is starting because I got 7 points. And I don't plan to bench Alicia or McTominay and go for it with Dan Burn or Yilmaz. It's either swap Kane and get Rashford in and have that side and know that I'm not going to have Burn and Yilmaz and hopefully none of my players get benched, or I leave it and if one of my players benched, Rashford comes in. Drop McTominay, definitely sure about Alvarez. Do we think I'll start for City? This is the problem with City assets. I was looking at my Limitless chip for Matchday 6 and the City assets, you just don't know. Aït-Nouri's back. Would he feel like 50 minutes for Aït-Nouri's good? So I wouldn't know with City's backline. With me playing FPL, City's defence is just an uncertain one because Rico Lewis could play one game, Diaz could play, Stones could play, Aki could play, Gvardiol could play left back. Just so unknown. Don't know about Adeyemi. They don't kick off until 8 o'clock, so we won't get the lineup. So on Inter, Sommer looks like he's going to be starting. Dumfries is going to be starting, and Martinez. So they all look like they're going to be starting. Would I start Dumfries or Lautaro? I'd start Martinez just because I think he's going to get at least a goal if he starts. Yamal, Rashford or Dumfries. It's a massive hard call on that Yamal, Rashford, Dumfries. I think Rashford's more likely to score. I think Dumfries could easily keep a clean sheet. I'd captain Lautaro Martinez. If I've got him and this game against Kirat, I'd go with the attacking than Dumfries, because if Dumfries sets him up, Martinez is going to be scoring the goals. Would you start Enzo Chalobah for 2-pointer? They're both benched. They're both benched today. Chelsea players. So I'd actually put them on the bench, Enzo Fernandez and Chalobah. Who's on your bench? Just football that you can bring in. Yeah, Martinez could be subbed after the 60th minute. That is the worry with Martinez, that Inter Milan probably will start him but rest him, because a lot of Inter Milan fans are saying he needs a rest. You need to rest him in this game. So this could be the perfect opportunity to give a rest to Martinez. So Dumfries might play a bit longer than him. So maybe Dumfries is the better choice. I'm sorry I'm not giving you really good captaincy options here because it's such a hard call, this one. I'm so happy that I captained Marino, to be honest, because I haven't had this headache this game week, because I'd be looking at Haaland, Yamal, DeMarco, Dumfries and Rashford and thinking, who am I captain? I have Haaland, Martinez and Dumfries available for today. Which one is the best captain? The worry that I have with all three of them is that they can all get rested. They could all come off early. Haaland's got Liverpool at the weekend, so he could easily get 2 goals against his old side, Dortmund, and then come off early. Martinez, Dumfries could easily do the same. Sommer or Sanchez? I'd start Sommer. Just because with Sommer, you know he's starting. I'd start. Ooh, Sanchez or Sommer? I think. Ooh, Sanchez or Sommer. Get in the comment section. And let me know with that one. Sommer or Sanchez? Which one would you start? At least with Sanchez, you know he's starting. Sommer, he might be shocked. We might get a shock if he's benched. And the worry that I have with Inter Milan, they might rest players. But I think with both sides, they could potentially, with the rotated squads, they could easily make a bit of a mistake and concede a goal. Burn or Yilmaz. I think I'll go with Burn. That's why I've got him second on my... Because I think Newcastle at home is a clean sheet, more chance than Yilmaz scoring. I was a bit disappointed with Yilmaz last match day, so I'd go with Burn. No idea on Gordon. I had a look and he was training Tuesday, and it didn't say much when I had a look this afternoon. But I'd expect he'll be starting because Newcastle need to keep winning, and he seems to be the key man. So I think he would start Gordon. I wouldn't see him being rested in the Champions League. So I'm going to ask a quick question to you guys. So a quick poll. So the change is, do I bring Rashford in for Kane and lose them 2 points, but I've got Rashford in my side? Or do I leave it as it is, and if one of my players don't start, then I'll get an auto sub of Rashford coming in and potentially Burn that way. But if I make that change and bring Rashford in for Kane, I don't think I'll get an auto sub if one of Yamal, DeMarco, Dumfries or Koundé get rested. So let me know in the comment section what you think I should do. There's only a minute left until deadline. Quickly just go through the last comments. Bastoni or Bensabiani. Even who have Bensabiani, Dortmund, Man City. Oh, if Bensabiani's in your side and you've not made a sub, I'd go. If Bastoni's in your side and you haven't made a sub, I'll keep Bastoni in and hope that the auto sub Bensabiani. But I don't think Bastoni will start. But I think Man City will score, so I don't think you'll get much from Bastoni. But saying that, with Bastoni, he seems to be on penalties, so I'll probably go with Bensabiani. Osimhen or Dumfries as captain. I've been asked this question, and I think I'd probably go with Dumfries. I've changed my mind. I think I'll go with Dumfries. I think he's more chance of getting clean sheet. He'll probably get an attack in return. With Osimhen, he'll probably only get potentially one goal. Right, over to my side quickly to wrap this up. I'm going to leave it as is. No, I'm not. I'm going to bring... Yeah, I'm going to leave it as is. Leave it as is. Worst case, Rashford plays and scores. But if not, worst case, Rashford doesn't come in for me. But if Yamal, DeMarco, Dumfries or Koundé don't do well, or don't start, then and Rashford comes in and Burn comes in. I've got 2 points. Hopefully they all start. I lost track of time. I need to set a reminder from moving forward that I need to lock in my side, because I was going to make a change, but then I realised that there's a delay and I didn't want to make a change and then you not see what I've done. So I'm just going to leave it. I left it as it is. So you'll see this and I've not made a change. So you haven't seen anything that I haven't done. I'm going to leave it as this. I was very close to bringing Rashford in for Kane then, but I think if one of these players doesn't start for me, or 2 of them don't play, then at least Rashford comes in for them and I get the 2 points from Kane. I don't really care about Burn unless one of these players don't play. Anyway, guys, that's it for this stream. I'm going to sign off very quickly. Moving forward, I'll do a bit longer after it, but as I'm a Chelsea fan, Chelsea have kicked off and I want to watch the match. So good luck in the rest of Matchday 4. I'm going to do a Limitless draft very soon for Matchday 5 because I am going to use the chip. I will see you very soon. Good luck. And yeah, hit that like and subscribe button before you finish. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.